old Cootes has really been stitched up, hasn't he? Being caught calling Liverpool SHI, you know, and calling Klopp a German "see you next Tuesday," and a few other words I understand has been used. What a dingo bat! But you know what's great about it, and what's interesting, being caught out because Arsenal, Liverpool, Forest, they have had the balls to write to the Footballers Association and sort of complain. And what's been happening? Well, we've seen Forest. Okay, they got fined what, £1 million pounds? How appalling! You can't actually say it. This is supposed to be, democratic society. Yeah, not football. Not with referees. It's not. Flipping Forest got done £1 million for saying something that they wrote to the PGOL or whatever, saying they didn't want this referee doing VAR. They did take no notice of them. They then felt that he actually made an awful decision against them. So then they went out on social media and said, this is bloody disgusting. But what else? What else do you do? If they ignore what you're saying to them privately, then what do you do? It's appalling. So the three clubs that have complained actually get some really dodgy decisions. Arsenal get some real bad decisions. Wonder why? And it's not just because most of the referees come from up north, okay? It's not just because that. We all know Oliver hates Arsenal. We know that. We now know that Cootes didn't like Liverpool. And look at his decision this weekend. Some of those decisions, the foul on Mo Salah, he didn't even blow up. Well, guys, now all of a sudden, look at the defence. People coming out in the defence. Oh, this just sort of basically one man is going to ruin it for everybody. No, there is massive bias within the referees community. Absolute bias, and it's human nature. And I read today in one of the newspapers, it's saying all these people that sort of believe in conspiracy theories, they're all going to jump on board. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's human nature. We all have our likes and don't likes. I try to be unbiased here, but I have to say, with Spurs, I find that difficult, and I try not to be biased. But when I get Spurs supporters coming and digging me and having a go, and or if Arsenal lose, the first thing they do is come on and go, sometimes you just want to go back and say, yes, Spursy. It's natural. You can't help it. And I fight being biased. Okay, don't tell me referees aren't biased. They're human beings, and it comes out. And if you moan and complain about them, it's gonna actually go little black mark against you or whatever. You look at Jackie Charlton, if you remember that. He in an interview, he's having a laugh and a joke, and he said, "Yeah, I've got a little black book where I write down. I can't remember the exact words, but all the players that." I've had trouble with playing against or whatever. I've got a little black book where I write their names in. He never played for England again. Okay? Human nature. Of course. But he said the wrong thing. That's back in the 70s he said that. 60s, 70s, can't remember. Never played for England again. Of course, he was a silly sod. Love Jack Charlton. We all love him. Because he came out and said something like that. We all do it. When I played football, there were one or two players. My gosh, straight away, I knew that we were going to have fun, if that's a nice word to say. And the one thing I did was, let the person know that I was there. And I remember in a cup final, playing down at Margate Stadium, and one cup final, the centre forward, taller than me, and bloody good player. I can't remember who he played for. Can't remember anymore in life. And I had all my family there, etc. I don't know, doesn't matter. But the first thing I did, and he always gave me trouble, this bloke, he was good in the air, tall, strong, always digging me. And first thing I did within the first 2-3 minutes, halfway line, the ball came to him at the halfway line on the floor, and I just went up and took him from the back of the ankles, absolutely took him out. And he stood up, came towards me, but he's not going to do anything stupid the first 2-3 minutes, and had words with me. My answer to him was, mate, You carry on like that, you're going to get carried off. You're going to get carried off. My whole family are here. You're going to get carried off if you score today. Awful. Awful. That guy used to dig and kick me every game. So I made sure that we was in a cup final, and I made sure that I told him from the beginning, today, mate, no nonsense. I'm doing you. He didn't score. Actually, I don't know if he even had a shot on target. We won 3-0. So don't tell me every time in my head, whenever we played him, he always used to go for me and vice versa. Referees are the same. Don't tell me there's no such thing as unconscious bias. There were other players that were decent, that never argued with. We pushed, we carried, we never hurt each other. Because we didn't, they'd knock me, they'd push me, they'd dig me, and I'd do a bit of the same. It was great fun. We'd get up, have a laugh afterwards. But there are one or two players that are nasty. So you get nasty back. Do unto others as they do to you. That's my feeling about it. Referees, whatever you are, whatever they say, don't start feeling sorry for them and saying, oh, the conspiracy theorists are into it. No, unconscious bias exists. And referees are biased. I don't want to say cheats because then everybody goes, oh, but it's true. And Cootes, well done, Liverpool. We've caught him out. Okay, it might not be a Liverpool sport, which is such a shame. It's one of his own mates who's done him accidentally, whatever. But at last, it's proof. It's proof. And they'll all say it's only one out of so many. Rubbish. Unconscious bias lives. Okay, you can't have it for one part of society, and I'm sorry, but racism, there is unconscious bias. 100% there is. Let's own up to it and admit there can be unconscious bias. So don't tell me there's not unconscious bias within our own mentalities about football teams we don't like, or North and South. Cootes is the proof. Football Chat Uncensored. Fans stick together against the referees' diabolical dictatorship on football.